This video is going to cover two-step equations. So really two-step equations are one-step equations, just realizing what the order is that you need to do and essentially doing two one-step equations. And so we've been seeing questions such as x plus 4 is equal to 8. In this case, the new step would be that we now see it would be 2x plus 4 is equal to 8, and we're understanding how to go about solving that. So once again, really important is always to remember to follow PEDMAS or BEDMAS, any of those orders, as long as we always remember division and multiplication are the same. Order of operations, you go from left to right, and same with addition and subtraction. So we go through and we are going to create a little t-chart. So our variable goes on the left and the opposite operations go on the right. So we're going to look at x and see what happens to our variable. First thing, there are no parentheses, so you don't need to worry about that. There are no exponents. There is no division. There is multiplication, so x is being multiplied by 2. We're going to place that here. And there is addition. It is being added by 4, so we're going to have add 4. And there is no subtraction, so we've checked for all of those. Now what we're going to do is we're going to actually go in the opposite direction. So the last thing that happened to x was plus 4, so that's the first thing we're going to fix. So we do the opposite operation of both sides, which is subtract 4. So once again, we rewrite our entire equation, so we end up with 2x plus minus 4 is equal to 8 minus 4. Alright, so just like in the one-step equations, well, 4 minus 4 is 0, so I can cancel those out. On the left-hand side of my equal sign, which are always lined up, I have 2x. And on the right-hand side, I have 8 minus 4, which gives us 4. Now our next step, we're going to come over here. Again, always going in the opposite order. Well, the opposite of multiplying by 2 is divided by 2. So I'm going to divide both sides by 2. Divide by 2. And divide by 2. And once again, 2x divided by 2 is 1x. And 4 divided by 2 gives me 2. So for two-step equations, the main thing that you need to remember is to always follow your order of operations and go in the reverse order in order to isolate your variable. Give you another sample question like this. We end up with 3x. We'll give a subtraction piece on here. 3x minus 4 is equal to 2. So we'll start once again with our t-chart. What's happening to x? So we're going to follow our order of operations. There are no parentheses. There are no exponents. There is multiplication. We are multiplying x. We are multiplying x by 3. And then after that, there is no division, there is no addition, there is subtraction. We are subtracting 4. So once again, we go in the opposite order of operations. So we end up adding 4 to both sides first. So we get 3x minus 4 plus 4 is equal to 2 plus 4. And we go through, negative 4 and positive 4 give us 0, so we're left with 3x on the left-hand side. 2 plus 4 gives us 6. Now we come over to our charts. The next thing we need to do, opposite. Next thing we need to do is divide by 3. So we're going to divide by 3 on both sides. And the 3's will cancel. I'm left with 1x. And 6 divided by 3 gives us, once again, 2. right, so here are 3 more questions. Go through, pause the video, go through and solve each one. Make sure you're showing your steps, you're filling in your T-chart, and showing every line with all of the work that you're doing. Once you are ready, you can resume the video and watch the solutions. All right, so question number 1, once again, we are using our order of operations. Remembering multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction happen at the same time. We end up with 2x minus 5, so that means that it's going to be multiplication. So it's being x, and the opposite. X is being multiplied by 2. And we have no division, we do not have addition, we have subtraction. So we are going to subtract 5, meaning we are going to go in the opposite direction. So I'm going to add 5 to both sides. So I end up with 2x minus 5 plus 5 equals 7 plus 5. Go through, we cancel those two, negative 5 and 5 are 0, and we're left with 2x on the left-hand side, and 7 plus 5 gives us 12. Now we come back to our T-chart. We have multiplied by 2, so we need to divide by 2. So we're going to divide by 2, and divide by 2 on both sides, and x will be equal to 6. Question 2, once again, always following order of operations. So we're going to look at our variable, the opposite. Well, x is in this case being divided by 2, and we are adding 1 after that. So we need to look, what's the opposite order? We are going to subtract 1 from both sides. So we end up with x divided by 2 plus 1 minus 1 is equal to 3. Subtract 1. The 1's will cancel, so positive 1 and negative 1 is 0. We have x divided by 2 is equal to 3. Oh, sorry, not 3 minus 1. We can do that math. 3 minus 1 gives us 2. All right, now come to our T-chart again. The opposite of division is multiplication, so we're going to multiply both sides by 2. So it's going to be 2 times x minus 2 is equal to 2 times 2. Well, just like in one-step equations, these cancel, and I'm left with x is equal to 4. And our last sample question here, once again, following order of operations. And so we end up, there's division, is the first step. So we're going to divide by 4. And the next step, there is no addition, there is subtraction, so we are going to subtract by 1. So once again, opposite order, we are going to add 1 to both sides first. So we get x divided by 4 minus 1 plus 1 equals 3 plus 1. Negative 1 and positive 1 is 0, so on the left-hand side we are left with x divided by 4 is equal to 4. Come back to our T-chart, and we see we're dividing by 4. The opposite of that is multiplying by 4. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 4. And I'm going to multiply this side by 4. I'm left with x on the one side, and 4 times 4 will give me 16. The main thing you need to remember when doing two-step equations is just simply, excuse me, the main thing you need to remember is that you need to follow the order of operations and go in the opposite order. So you're essentially doing reverse of PEMDAS or PEMDAS to solve those questions, and you are just doing 2 one-step equations to solve it.